Welcome back, in final part 4 of Shell. Anyways, let's continue.
In the early 2000s, Shell moved into alternative energy, and there is now an embryonic renewables business that has made investments in solar power, wind power, hydrogen, and forestry.
The forestry business went the way of nuclear, coal, metals, and electricity generation, and was disposed of in 2003.
In 2006, Shell paid Solar World to take over its entire solar business, and in 2008, the company withdrew from the London Array, which when built was the world's largest offshore wind farm. Shell also is involved in large-scale hydrogen projects.
HydrogenForecast.com described Shell's approach thus far as consisting of baby steps, but with an underlying message of extreme optimism.
In 2015, the company announced plans to install hydrogen fuel pumps across Germany, planning on having 400 locations in operation by 2023. Shell holds 44% of Raisin, a joint venture with Brazilian sugarcane producer Cosan, which is the third largest Brazil-based energy company by revenues and a major producer of ethanol.
In 2015, the company partnered with Brazilian startup company in solar to install solar panels in Rio de Janeiro to deliver electricity to the Santa Marta neighborhood.
Shell is the operator and major shareholder of the Shell Canada Quest Energy Project, based within the Athabasca Oil Sands Project, located near Fort McMurray, Alberta.
It holds a 60% share alongside Chevron Canada Limited, which holds 20%, and Marathon Canadian Oil Sands Holding Limited, which holds the final 20%.
Commercial operations launched in November 2015.
It was the world's first commercial-scale oil and sand carbon capture storage (CCS) project.
It is expected to reduce carbon dioxide emissions in Canada by 1.08 million tons per year. In December 2016, Shell won the auction for the 700 megawatts for Seal 3rd and 4th offshore wind farms at a price of 5.45 cents per kilowatt hour, beating 6 other consortia.
In June 2018, it was announced that the company and its co-investor Partners Group had secured $1.5 billion for the project, which also involves an Eco, Vanguard, and Mitsubishi/DGE.
In October 2017, it bought Europe's biggest vehicle charging network, New Motion. In November 2017, Shell CEO Ben Van Beurden announced Shell's plan to cut half of its carbon emissions by 2050 and 20% by 2035.
In this regard, Shell promised to spend $2 billion annually on renewable energy sources.
Shell began to develop its wind energy segment in 2001. The company now operates 6 wind farms in the United States and is part of a plan to build 2 offshore wind farms in the Netherlands. In December 2017, the company announced plans to buy UK household energy and broadband provider First Utility.
In March 2019, it rebranded to Shell Energy and announced that all electricity would be supplied from renewable sources.
In December 2018, the company announced that it had partnered with Sky NRG to begin supplying sustainable aviation fuel to airlines operating out of San Francisco Airport, SFO, including KLM, SAS, and Finnair.
In the same month, the company announced plans to double its renewable energy budget to investment in low-carbon energy to $4 billion each year, with an aim to spend up to $2 billion on renewable energy by 2021.
In January 2018, the company acquired a 44% interest in Silicon Ranch, a solar energy company run by Matt Kisner as part of its global new energies project.
The company took over from Partners Group, paying up to an estimated $217 million for the minority interest.
In February 2019, the company acquired German solar battery company Sonnen.
It first invested in the company in May 2018 as part of its new energies project.
As of late 2021, the company had 800 employees and has installed 70,000 home battery systems. On 27 February 2019, the company acquired British VPP operator Langjump for an undisclosed amount. In July 2019, Shell installed their first 150 kilowatts electric car chargers at its London petrol stations, with payments handled via SMOAF.
They also plan to provide 350 kilowatts chargers in Europe by entering into an agreement with Ionity.
On 26 January 2021, Shell said it would hire 100% of Ubitricity, owner of the largest public charging network for electric vehicles in the United Kingdom, as the company expands its presence along the power supply chain.
In 2023, Shell announced that it would rebrand its Ubitricity charge points under its Shell Recharge brand.
On 25 February 2021, Shell announced the acquisition of German virtual power plant, VPP, company Next Kraftwerk, for an undisclosed amount.
Next Kraftwerk connects renewable electricity generation and storage projects to optimize the usage of those assets.
The company mostly operates in Europe. In November 2022, it was announced Shell's wholly owned subsidiary, Shell Petroleum NV, had acquired the Onance, headquartered renewable natural gas producer, Nature Energy DO-Gas A/S for nearly $2 billion USD. Shell is mainly owned by institutional investors.
The 10 largest shareholder of Shell plc in early 2024 were
BlackRock Investment Management UK, 4.061%.
Vanguard at 3.710%.
Norges Bank, 3.013%.
BlackRock Fund Advisors, 2.865%.
BlackRock Advisors UK, 1.352%.
Legal and General, 1.315%.
State Street Global Advisors, 1.278%.
Clearstream Banking SA, 1.168%.
Vanguard Global Advisors, 0.9965%.
Ageat Capital Management, 0.7262%.
In 2020, the Northern Lights CCS project was announced, which is a joint project between Equinor, Shell and Total operating in the European Union, Norway, and aiming to store liquid carbon dioxide beneath the seabed. Environmentalists have expressed concern that Shell is processing oil from the Amazon region of South America.
In the United States, the Martinez Refinery, CA, and the Puget Sound Refinery, WA, carry Amazonian oil.
In 2015, 14% of the Martinez Refinery's gross, at 19,570 barrels per day, came from the Amazon. In December 2021, Royal Dutch Shell decided to move ahead with seismic tests to explore for oil in humpback whale breeding grounds along South Africa's eastern coastline.
On 3 December 2021, a South African High Court struck down an urgent application brought by environmentalists to stop the project. which will involve a vessel regularly firing an air gun that produces a very powerful shockwave underwater to help maps and sea geology.
According to Greenpeace Africa and the South African Deep Sea Angling Association, this could cause irreparable harm to the marine environment, especially to migrating humpback whales in the area. Measured by both its own emissions and the emissions of all the fossil fuels it sells, Shell was the 9th largest corporate producer of greenhouse gas emissions in the period 1988 to 2015.
The burning of the fossil fuels produced by Shell are responsible for 1.67% of global industrial greenhouse gas emissions from 1988 to 2015.
In the past, Shell has been a part of lobbying and trade groups that are against climate policy and promote climate skepticism. In 2017, a public information film, Climate of Concern, unseen for years, resurfaced and showed Shell had clear grasp of global warming 26 years earlier, but has not acted accordingly since, said critics.
During the years of 2010 to 2018, only 1% of Shell's long-term investments were dedicated to sources of low-carbon energy such as wind and solar.
In the years of 2015 to 2017, just 0.4% of its revenue was put towards low-carbon technology. Shell failed to meet its own target in 2020 to spend $6 billion on renewable energy.
It is also estimated that Shell is not on track to meet its own investment target for 2025, and that the company needs to direct over half of its capital expenditures, nearly $10 billion per year, to zero-carbon investments in order to meet its long-term net zero targets.
In April 2020, Shell announced plans to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050 or sooner.
They also pledged to reduce carbon intensity of all energy products by 20% by 2030 and 45% by 2035 compared to 2016 levels.
However, internal documents from the company released by the Democratic-led House Committee reveal a private 2020 communication saying Shell does not have any plans to bring emissions to zero for next 10 to 20 years. In March 2024, Shell CEO Will Sawan announced that the company would moderate its near-term carbon emissions reduction targets, revising its reduction in net carbon intensity of third-party use of products down to 15% from 20% and dropping its target of a 45% reduction in carbon emissions by 2035 from a 2016 baseline. On 5 April 2019, Milieu Defense, Dutch for Environmental Defense, together with 6 NGOs and more than 17,000 citizens, sued Shell, accusing the company of harming the climate despite knowing about global warming since 1986.
In May 2021, the District Court of The Hague ruled that Shell must reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 45% by 2030 compared to 2019 levels.
Shell contested the 2021 ruling, contending that the ruling exceeded judicial authority and could lead to counterproductive outcomes.
The outcome was anticipated to significantly impact Shell's operations and influence European energy companies' climate policies.
On 12 November 2024, The Hague's Appeals Court dismissed the 2021 ruling that had required Shell to cut its absolute carbon emissions by 45% by 2030, relative to 2019 levels, including emissions resulting from the use of its products. Shell was responsible for around 21,000 gallons of oil spilled near Tracy, California in May 2016 due to a pipeline crack.
Shell was responsible for an 88,200-gallon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico in May 2016.
Two ruptures in a Shell Oil Company pipeline in Altamont, California, one in September 2015 and another in May 2016, led to questions on whether the Office of the State Fire Marshal, charged with overseeing the pipeline, was doing an adequate job.
On 29 January 2021, a Dutch court ordered Royal Dutch Shell plc's Nigerian unit to compensate for oil spills in two villages over 13 years ago.
Shell Nigeria is liable for damages from pipeline leaks in the villages of Aruma and Moore, the Hague Court of Appeals said in a ruling.
Shell said that it should not be liable as the spills were the result of sabotage.
On 2 September 2002, Shell Chairman Philip Watts accepted the Greenwash Lifetime Achievement Award from the Greenwash Academy's Oscar Green near the World Summit on Sustainable Development. In 2007, British ESA ruled against a Shell ad involving chimneys spewing flowers, which depicted Shell's waste management policies, claiming it was misleading the public about Shell's environmental impact. In 2008, the British ESA ruled that Shell had misled the public in an advertisement when it claimed that a $10 billion oil sands project in Alberta, Canada, was a sustainable energy source. In 2021, Netherlands officials told Shell to stop running a campaign which claimed customers could turn their fuel carbon neutral by hiding offsets, as it was concluded that this claim was devoid of evidence. In December 2022, U.S. House Oversight and Reform Committee Chair Carolyn Maloney and U.S. House Oversight Environment Subcommittee Chair Roxanna sent a memorandum to all House Oversight and Reform Committee members summarizing additional findings from the committee's investigation into the fossil fuel industry disinformation campaign to obscure the role of fossil fuels in causing global warming, and that upon reviewing internal company documents, accused Shell along with BP, Chevron Corporation, and ExxonMobil of greenwashing their Paris Agreement carbon neutrality pledges while continuing long-term investment in fossil fuel production and sales. For engaging in a campaign to promote the use of natural gas as a clean energy source and rich fuel to renewable energy, and of intimidating the journalists reporting about the company's climate actions and of obstructing the committee's investigation, which ExxonMobil, Shell, and the American Petroleum Institute denied. A number of incidents over the years led to criticism of Shell's health and safety record, including repeated warnings by the UK Health and Safety Executive about the poor state of the company's North Sea platforms. Shell already had previous experience exiting markets that were subject to sanctions pressure from NATO or EU member states.
In particular, in 2015, Shell announced that it was suspending its operations in Syria.
On 8 March 2022, Shell announced its intention to phase out all Russian hydrocarbon production and acquisition projects, including crude oil, petroleum products, natural gas and liquefied natural gas, LNG.
In early 2022, the company was criticized by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine for its slow response to the Russian invasion.
As of April 2023, Shell still had shares in Russian companies, such as 27.5% in Sakhalin Energy Investment Company, SEIC, a joint venture with Gazprom, 50%. Mitsui, 12.5%, and Mitsubishi, 10%. This domain name was first registered by a former marketing manager for Royal Dutch Shell plc, Alfred Donovan, and has been used as a bright site.
It avoids being an illegal cyber squatter as long as it is non-commercial, active, and no attempt is made to sell the domain name as determined by WIPO proceedings.
In 2005, Donovan said he would relinquish the site to Shell after it gets rid of all the management he deemed responsible for its various recent woes.
The site has been recognized by several media outlets for its role as an internet leak.
In 2008, the Financial Times published an article based on a letter published by Royal Dutch Shell plc.com, which Reuters and the Times also covered shortly thereafter.
On 18 October 2006, the site published an article stating that Shell had for some time been supplying information to the Russian government relating to Sakhalin-2.
The Russian energy company Gazprom subsequently obtained a 50% stake in the Sakhalin-2 project.
Other instances where the site has acted as an internet leak include a 2007 IT outsourcing plan, as well as a 2008 internal memo where CEO Jerome van der Veer expressed disappointment in the company's share price performance.
The Great site has also been recognized as a source of information regarding Shell by several news sources.
In the 2006 Fortune Global 500 rankings, in which Royal Dutch Shell placed third, Royal Dutch Shell PLC.com was listed alongside Shell.com as a source of information.
In 2007, the site was described as a hub for activists and disgruntled former employees.
A 2009 article called Royal Dutch Shell PLC.com the world's most effective adversarial website.
The site has been described as an open wound for Shell. That's it for this episode today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit a like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications for more new videos, and we'll see you in 20th episode. See you.